All right. Good evening. Good evening. Glad you could join us. I did put the email went out late for class tonight. I got so many things. I thought it was automatic. I got to fix that. So you asked a question, a math question that's on the science exam, and that's mean, median, mode, and range. So first of all, let me ask you, what are meant by those terms, mean, median, mode, and range? What do they mean?
Mean is the one in the middle.
Nope.
Uh, mean? No, mean is you add all the numbers
Mm-hmm.
and you divide it by how many numbers.
That's the average. So the mean is your average.
Mm.
The mean is your average.
Yes.
Okay. What's the median?
The median is you add all the number from smallest to largest
You
and the
arrange
one
all of
in the
them,
middle.
ranging from smallest to largest, and the one in the middle. Perfect. So median is the middle. How about mode?
Mole is the numbers that you see there's more of.
The value that appears the most. Now you can have more than one mode. So say for example, you have two numbers that appear twice. Then both those numbers could be the mode. Okay. If all the numbers only appear once, then you have no mode.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Hmm. So it's mean, median, mode, and what is range?
Range. The range, you take the biggest number and
Hmm.
you minus it on the smallest number and you'll find the range.
Right. So the highest number, which is maximum, the lowest number is minimum. So the highest minus the lowest is your range. So okay, so you got the definitions. Perfect. All right, so let's look at how it said what two measures of the data are the same. So to me, now could we do this by hand? We could. I'm going to use the calculator. I'm not going to waste my time doing this by hand. So I'm gonna grab my calculator. I was tutoring some calculus, so hold on. Some pre-calc rather. Let me clear that out. So I'm gonna take my calculator. I'm gonna go to data.
And,
Okay. Do you have your calculator out with you?
no, I don't have it.
So you can go to data. If it's something in those columns, you hit data again, you hit clear, then you go down to clear all. Then I'm just gonna put these numbers in. 12.3, enter. 13.4, enter. 11.2, enter. 12.3, enter. 12.5, enter. 13.1, enter. 11.9, enter. 12.7, enter. 12.0, enter. We didn't do anything. All we did was read. We just input the numbers that we have in this question, right? We're going to hit second. We're going to hit data. We hit one variable because we're only using one variable, one column. Calculate. Oops, I don't know what just happened, but it said we have an error. Why do we have an error? I don't know. I don't know why we have an error. 12. I don't know why I had the error the first time. Don't know why. Um, so that n equal 9 is the number of numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll make sure we got all 9. The average is the x bar, which is the 12.37. So if we round that off to the 10th place, that's 12 point what? What's 12.37 rounded off to the nearest 10th? What's 12.37 rounded off to the nearest 10th?
Um 12.38.
Nope, to the nearest 10th. Okay, so that's one of the areas, the science and the social studies. They might ask you to round. Okay, so I ask you, you got to go to the place value. This is the tens place. You look at the number to the right. If that's 5 or above, then this number goes up. So 3 becomes a 4. So this is 12.4.
Four. Yeah.
Okay, using your calculator, you don't have to do the median. You don't have to put them in order. All you got to do is scroll down till you find MED. MED, so the median equal 12.3. So our mean was 12.4. Our median is 12.3. Mode is what number appears the most. So we got 1, 2, 12.3s, and that's it. So our mode is also 12.3. Our range, now our minimum is 11.2. It's right there. The calculator tells us the minimum, the MIN, 11.2. Our max is 13.4. So 13.4.
So the max is the mole. It's the range. Sorry, I
No,
didn't know that.
no, it's not. The
Oh,
range is the highest number minus the lowest. So the max is 13.4. The min was
okay,
11.2. Now we got to subtract. So we
okay,
got 2.2. So our range is 2.2.
okay.
Okay. So we did all that with the calculator. So what two measures of the data are the same? Median and the mode. Right there. Next question. Now we're gonna keep this data on the screen so we can answer. Usually when you have a median, when they give you central tendency questions, they usually ask you 2 or 3 questions from one data. So the mean was 12.4. The mode was 12.3. Next question. What is the range of the data? Um,
The range is 2.2.
2.2. We already have it there. Next. Now, let me clear the screen for a second. A lot of people say, oh, can we use the calculator on this? We could, but because the numbers are so long, it's going to put them in scientific notation. And we could, but what does the mean? So we take all these numbers and add them up. So, but we still going to use our calculator. Let me clear everything out. Now we're not going to use commas. This is what they try to do. Commas are used for thousand separators so we can easily turn that number into words. But 1, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 9, 9, 2, 3 plus 1, 2, 0, 5, 0, 7, 3, 6, 1, 2 plus 3, 1, 3, 8, 4, 7, 4, 6, 5 plus 2, 4, 8, 6, 4, 5, 0, 0, 8. If you notice, I didn't press any commas. Didn't use any commas. Hit enter. That's our total. Divide by 4. So we got 770,000 looks like. And the only option that's close to 770,000 is A. Now me personally, I would have looked at my multiple choice first and I would have said, well, I know my mean can be 313, right? It could be 645 maybe. I know it's not 1 million,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So even if I didn't know how to do this problem, if I know, I'm trying to get the average, right? I know I eliminated 2 of my answers already. So 50-50 chance. But doing it on the calculator, you get it right every time. And I think again, for your social, hold on for 1 second. I'm sorry. Just Yes. Hold on, mom. Hold on. Trying to pause the record. Sorry about that. So the answer would be 700. You still there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Sorry about that. That's my
No problem.
All right. So now again, this is median again, right? Putting these in order. Now this is the problem right here. This is the type of problem you can probably expect on the GED that a lot of people get wrong. Okay, because usually when you're doing these calculations, you're using small numbers, right? First, you got to put them in order. But if you notice, they're in order already, but they're going from lowest to highest. You just gotta get it that way. Two middle numbers are those two numbers there. Because remember, when you have an even amount, you gotta add the two in the middle and then take the average of those. Okay, so that's where people make the mistake here. Because they see those big numbers and they don't know what to do. But we know what to do. We know what the median is. The median is the middle. You don't get yourself all worked up. Find a middle number. If it's an even amount, you take the two in the middle. If it's an odd amount, there's only going to be one in the middle. Okay, so we're going to take 1205, 073, 612 plus 313, 847, 465. We're going to add those up. We're going to divide by 2, and we get, write it down, 759460538.5. It says round to the nearest whole number. So zero point 0.5 means that this is 5 or above. This becomes a 9. So your answer would be 759,460, 539. 759,460, 539. Rounded off. So that's what the answer you would have to put in this fill in right here. Got me?
Yes.
Okay. So again, what you can do is you can log on, you can log into Canvas and you can go to mean, median, mode, and range. I got a bunch of word problems. What is the mode? Here. Again, this is one of those trick questions. None of these numbers appear more than once. No mode. There is no mode for this question. The mode is the number that appears the most. What is the range? Again, so tell me the range. How would you calculate the range?
The range, the largest number to the small, you minus it, the smallest number. Ugh.
What's the smallest number?
The smallest number, I have to see the numbers. I don't see the numbers. Oh, okay, I see it. I see it. Um, yeah. The smallest number is two. No, 248, 645,008.
Thing just froze on me. Just okay. I'm gonna use my calculator. That just froze on me. And the only reason I'm just calling the numbers out like that and not saying 1,343,239,923 is because that way it's easier to put in the calculator just by saying the numbers out. So I'm
Yeah.
just going by threes: 248, 645, 008. Even though I know that number is 248,645 and 8. And I subtract to find my range. My range is, again, I have no idea what that number is. Let's put some commas in there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the range is 1,090,000. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. 1 billion. 94,594,915. Because we got those 9 zeros. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you notice, even on this practice test, they have a lot of questions for mean, median, mode, and range.
Yeah.
You can almost guarantee that you will have a mean, median, mode, and range. And you might even have probability question. So let's just cover it to make sure you know it. Again, is it a math question? Yes. Will it be on your social studies? Possibly. Will it be on your science? Yes. A probability. So mean and median is going to be on your social studies. Mean and median going to be on your science. Mean and median, mode and
Yeah, I
range
remember I
are going to
saw
be in your
that
math.
I saw that already because I took
Hmm?
the test so many times
Okay, well
and I saw that.
we're gonna get this one. So Susie opened a big bag of gummy bears. She recorded how many bears of each color she had. If Susie randomly picked a gummy bear from the bag, what is the probability she would pick an orange bear? How would you even attempt to do that problem? Do you know how? Do you know where to even start to do that problem?
Um, Let me see. Um, yeah, you add all the numbers
Why do you add all of them up?
because it says record how many bear in each she had.
So tell me why you're adding them.
Uh, that will be the total.
Why are you trying to find a total?
You get the total and then I don't know.
Okay. So first of all, start with what is probability? What does probability mean?
Possibility.
Possibility, the chance of something happening. In order
Yeah.
to figure out the probability, this is the formula. This is the equation. Selected outcomes divided by total outcomes. So if I'm looking for the probability of picking an orange bear, the probability of orange means the number of orange over the total. Okay. This is
Yes.
simple probability. It's not difficult at all. So the reason why you do the total, because that's part of the formula to figure out probability. Part over whole. What part of orange compared to the whole? So how many orange do we have?
20.
Not 20. How many orange?
Oh, 30.
30. And what is our total? So I'm gonna do this real quick. 50 and 30 is 80, plus 20 is 100, plus 35 is 135, plus 15 is 150. Okay, so what I did was mental math. I know 50
Mm-hmm.
and 30 is 80. I know 80 and 20 make 100. 35 and 15 make 50. 30 plus 50 is 50. Okay. You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to sit there and use your calculator. You should be able to look at numbers. You should be able to add um um values of 10, values with have multiples of 5. You should be able to add those quickly. Now 30 over 50 is not here. This is a fraction. Well, first we got to change this. We got to change this, reduce this to lowest terms. How do we do that? What's the greatest common factor? What's the highest number that goes into 30 and 150?
5,
Nope. Higher,
10,
higher,
higher, 15,
higher,
uh, higher, 30,
30. 30 going to 30 how many times?
one time,
30 go to 150 how many times?
uh, 5 times.
5 times. Or what you could have did was said both of these end in a zero or cancel those zeros. I get 3 over 15. 3 going to
Oh,
3 one
yes.
time, 3 going to 15 5 times.
Oh,
So now, but
I
still,
don't think like that. Thank you
so
for getting me to think like that.
but that's part of math. That's part of this is why in my section in my free math course, I have multiplying and dividing by 10 because you got to know those shortcuts. Math is about patterns. If you
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and repetition. So 1/5 is our answer, but that's not part of the multiple choice. So what's the decimal equivalent to 1/5 here? Is it 0.50,
One.
0.2, 0.65, or 0.40?
Mm, I know it's not half. I would say B.
You were right. You sound like you guessed, but you were right.
Yeah.
So again, those you should know. You should know your common fractions, right? So let's do this with the calculator. Okay. So and D, 30 over 150. Or if you didn't know it was 150, you could put 50 plus 15 plus 20 plus 30 plus 35. All you had to know is selected outcomes over total outcomes. I'm gonna hit enter. If you notice, it already reduces it to lowest terms, 1/5. I want to change that to a decimal. Done. 15 seconds. If you notice, by hand, it took us much longer. The important thing you had to know is to find out simple probability. The selected outcomes over total outcomes. Got me?
Yes.
All right, let's try the next. I'm gonna let you do this all by yourself. Let's
Okay.
go. Point two. Okay. Susie
Uh,
gives a gummy bear to. I don't like that. Okay. Susie gives a gummy bear to a friend. What's the probability that the bear being red? That's fine. That's not too bad.
okay, red. Okay, that would be it's just the same numbers. So it would be 150. 150 over. No, it goes in the bottom. So it would be 50 over 150.
50 going to 50 how many times?
50 goes into 51 time,
50 goes to 150 how many times?
3 times.
3 times. What's the decimal equivalent of 1/3?
Yes.
Which one?
1/3 would be D.
10%? 10%?
Yes.
Oh, no, 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 no. We gotta rewind then.
No.
You gotta know your fraction decimal percent equivalence. No, no, no. Your answer is 33%.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to know your
I know 1/4 is
no, no. We're not talking about 1/4. We're talking about 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/8. We skipping 1/6 and 1/7. Those are not common. 1/9, 1/10. Point
okay.
0.5, 0.33, 0.25, 0.20, 0.125, 0.11, 0.10. Those are the decimal
Let me take
equivalents.
a screen. Let me take a screenshot. A shot.
To change it to a percent, you move 2 places to the left. So if you know your common fractions, the decimal equivalents, and the percent equivalents, watch how easy this is. It doesn't matter what multiple have. So if 1/5 is 20%, 2/5 is 40%. 3/5 is 60%. 4/5 is 80%. All we're doing is multiplying. 20 times 1 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. 20 times 3 is 60. 20 times 4 is 80. Say, for example, we had 1/9. 1/9 is 11%. 2/9, it will be what?
We say 1/22.
22. 3/9 would be what?
30, 33,
33. 4/9 would be what?
44.
That easy. And that's why it's important. I make all my students, not when I was teaching the class, I would make all my students know this table, and I would test them like every other week. The multiplication tables and this chart right here, those are so important. They're gonna help you with so much math. I'm telling you, just by knowing it. Okay. All right. So we said 33%. All right. So again, this is Reader's Press. Um, Now I'm gonna do this one for you. It says Pete took a gummy bear from Susie's bag. What is the probability that the bear will be green or yellow? Again, so how you set it up, you just say probability of green or yellow, right? Equal
Mhm.
to, this is gonna be your numerator. So green or yellow is my numerator. My denominator is gonna be my total. So green, 15, yellow, 20. So 35, I'm gonna add those up over same one, 150. Now again, I notice they are both what? Multiples of 5, or a factor is a 5. Why? Because this ends in 5, this ends in 0. So I know both of them.
Mhm.
5 going, so 5 going to 35, 7. 5 goes into 15 three times. I add my 0. Hey, okay.
Okay.
So let's go. We said this was the answer. So one thing I like about this is, watch this. I'm not gonna finish the ones up
Mhm.
because I also want to go, since the um others are having
Okay.
troubles logging in here. I don't know what reason is that, but what we'll do is, since you have social studies, we'll go over tables, charts, and graphs also, and make sure you know. See, we got all those right. So what I like about this is it tell you which ones are right, which ones are unanswered. So say I go back to this one, I didn't understand this one, right? I could go back to this one, and I can go to the explanation because we never typed the number in, but that's the number we got. It'll tell you how to do it.
Mommy. Mhm. The dark was scary. I need to look
Again,
away.
this is another free resource.
Mama, you can lie there. No.
Onlinepractice.newreaderspress.com. Create a site, create a login, and you can take these as many times as you want. Um, it will give you an error that it's not secure, but they're not asking you for any information that you need to secure. They're not asking you for, you know, social security number, or birth date, credit card, or anything. So even though it's not secure, it's no information you can give them that they can use anyway. All right, so I was trying to go back to the first. There we go. Tables, charts, and graphs are important for social studies and science. Even though they math related, they're an important part of both social studies, and science. What I would suggest you do first is any chart, any table, any graphic, right? Read the headings first. You read the titles first. You read all that information first. Read the title of the chart. You read the headings of the chart. You read the headings of the columns. Then you read the question. Then you go do your answer. So, um, what is the change in percentage of the Alzheimer's disease causing death in the United States? That's not hard at all. Well, they took I mean, I don't know why they gave you that question. That's too easy. Let's go to the next one. See if we can find a little harder one. Again, this is just reading comprehension. That's reading comprehension from the
I have
table.
been reading a lot of reading comprehension because I know that's one of my weakness.
Well, again, what did I tell you to do? Make sure you read the question first.
Yeah, read the question first.
So when I look at this question, it says, which statement best summarizes the bar graph? The robberies never changed in amount throughout the 2 years. The robberies decreased in the earlier months and then increased in the later months. The robberies increased in the early months and then decreased in the later months. The robberies increased throughout every month. Which ones can we get rid of right away?
Um,
What multiple choice can we get rid of right away? Should be two of them we can get rid of right away.
Let me see. Yeah, I would say get rid of D because it says increase.
Right. What other one?
Let me see. Well, anything that said increase, I would say C.
Why would you say anything that say increase? Why would you say that?
Well, it did increase. Yes, let me see.
So the reason why you got rid of D is
Oh,
because it says
A.
the robberies increased throughout every month. So that means it kept going up, kept going up. This is
No.
not going up, going up. This is going up, going down, up, and then back, and then down. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's those are the trends that it's showing you, right? So the robberies increased throughout every month. That's not true. So it's not D.
Yeah. And A, it said the robbery never changed, and that's not true. It
It
did
never
change.
changed. It did change. So right
Yeah.
away, you know it's not A or D. So even if you don't know what this question is, at least now you got a 50-50 chance. So did the robberies decrease in the earlier months and then increase, or the robberies increase and then decreased in later months? Which one?
Yeah. Let me see. It increased and then it stays the same. For
No, I didn't stay the same.
2000,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, go
and
ahead.
then it decreased again.
So which one?
It decreased. Let me see. Increase early month and then decrease in the next month. Well, it didn't decrease in the next month.
You
Decrease.
listen. You spend entirely too much time. I want you to read this carefully. The robberies decreased in the earlier months and then increased in the later months. The robberies increased in the earlier months and then decreased in the later months. What is this chart showing you? When it's going like this, is that increasing or decreasing first?
It looks like it increased
Okay,
and then
so
it
is that
stayed.
B or C?
Uh, right. Oh, that would be C.
Because you taking 3 and 4 minutes on that, and that's how you probably run out of time. So
Yeah.
first of all, what we did was we looked at robberies, we looked at the axes, then we read the questions first, and we identified, oh, it's not A or D. Okay, but what happened? What does this trend show? It increased first, went down, went up, and then went back down again. So when it
Yeah.
increased first, then it ultimately for 4 years, 4 months straight, it went down. So we're looking for a decrease in the end. So that's C. You can't spend 4 and 5 minutes on that question.
Yeah.
Got me? So I want you to get in the habit of looking at the title, looking at the information given, and then getting that question and moving on. If you're not sure, flag it for review, come back to it. But we want to be able, so on these questions like a site like this or 411, you got to time yourself. Because what you got to do part of it is, oh yeah, part of my problem is That's fine. While you home, you can take this test as many times as you want. But what you want to do is start putting your mind in the same space that you would be in the GED. So right now, if the graph continue, October, December 2012, the projected number of robberies will be closest to. So I'm looking at it. It's going October, December 2012. So it's going 3 months at a time. So here it's going down, down, down. So what do you expect after this? You think it's going to go up or down?
It's gonna go down.
I think it's going to go down. So, so now this is at 15 right here, a little bit above. So let's call that 17 or 16. I don't know what you call it, 16, 17. I don't know. So what's lower than that?
It's 15.
15. There you go. That's it. That's what you want to do. Listen. So first of all, don't put in your mind you have reading comprehension issues. Just even if you do, don't say it. Don't even say it to yourself. How you
Yeah.
beat how you beat reading comprehension issues is you read every day, read those questions, identify what the correct answer be, and you keep trying those questions and again till you
And
understand.
sorry, let's go back for a sec.
Mhm.
The question was, what's the next number that comes after the 16?
Right.
Oh, okay.
No, it didn't say what number come after 16. It said,
Mm-hmm.
what do you expect for October, December 2012? So the next three
Um,
months be October to December 2012. That's what's next. So you
oh,
expect it
okay.
to be like right there. Why? Because here it went down one, here it went down one, here it went down one. So your trend, what you expect next is for it to go down one again.
Okay. I understand now.
Got me?
Mm-hmm.
This information given on this graph would most benefit what kind of people? A robber projecting how many people to rob, a policeman projecting how many robberies will take place, lawyers projecting how many cases will be held, a mill worker projecting how much money he would like to keep in his person. Who is this important information important to?
Who is the information is important to?
Mm-hmm.
They talking about the robbery.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to them.
To who? A robber, a policeman, a lawyer, or a mill worker?
Oh, a policeman.
A policeman. That's simple. It's not hard at all. Common sense.
Oh my God. I wish you was my teacher all my life. I would never be like that.
That's so. But so the biggest thing. This is what I did in my class. I had people start at second, third, fourth grade reading notes. But I need you to first of all read every single day, 30 minutes to an hour every single day. Every single day, I made them keep a journal as they were reading. Write down words you were not familiar with, look them up, and then read it again. So stop right where you're at with that word you didn't understand. Write that word down. Go define that word from the dictionary. Then start over with that definition in mind. Then I want you to use those words. So normally people have like 20 to 25 words a week that they weren't familiar with. So they would come to class with like 20, all these words. What I would do is during class, while we were having class, in your
Hmm.
conversation, you had to at least use 10 of those words.
Yeah.
So that way you're not, oh my, what's that definition? What did that mean? Oh my God. Start using your conversation, then you know what that word means. Then you don't have to guess what that word means. You don't have to look up that word means. And now when you're reading through these selections, now that comprehension is starting to come together because now you start using all your tools. You start using your context clues. What does this mean? What's the sentence before and after it? I don't know what this means right here, but what is it saying before? What is it saying after? Oh, now I can get what that word means from my context. Is it figurative language? Okay, if it's figurative language, let me figure out is it meant by a certain history part in time in history or whatever? Is it hyperbole? Whatever it is, Do I understand what figurative language is? Is it inferring some information that I need to grasp from this information? Again, these are things you learn as you're reading every single day. This is why I usually read works, read theory. I tell my students read 30 minutes to an hour each day. Answer the multiple choice answers afterwards, right?
Yes.
And they would have these Mrs. Tenzi, Mrs. Tenzi, Mrs. Tenzi. I'm not moving. I'm not increasing. Then next thing you know, boom, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth grade level. Let's take that practice test. And they pass it. All right, let's try this. Based on the graph, the months of what had the greatest number of robberies? So you're looking at this. What months had the greatest number of robberies? Look at this chart and tell me the months
The
that had the
greatest
greatest.
one
Mhm.
is January and March.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Ain't that the same thing too, right
And
there?
yeah, the same.
Okay, so let's look at what they have.
Oh, January, March, and April.
So right away, I understood what the chart is about because I looked at the title. I looked at the axes, look at the months. I look at the y-axis, the amount, the number, right? That's what I look at first. I look at my chart. Then I'm going to read my question. That's how you do well. That's how you improve your reading comprehension. By reading 30 minutes to an hour a day, read theory or read works, answer those questions. But the most important part is once you get a question wrong, read theory, is they explain the answers. They explain why each multiple choice is incorrect or correct. That's what I love about that site the most. That's the site I will use to practice to improve my reading comprehension. Readtheory.org.
Theory.org.
And that,
Let
and
me
that,
write,
okay.
let me write it down. Eh, Readtheory.org. Okay, all right.
Okay. Let's see what this is. First of all, I'm not even going to look at the paragraph yet. I'm not even going to look at that long paragraph yet. What did I say, do? Let's look at the graph first. The title, wireless only versus dual use telephone status. That's my title. My x-axis are different cities, like states though, which is weird because Iowa, Montana, South Dakota states, Texas, El Paso, uh, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and or cities, and then Wyoming is a state. So I don't know where they going with that. So maybe I don't know. Anyway, let's just say they're cities. And then on the left, I have my values 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I don't know what that is, but let's see. Now I'm going to go read my question. If another small area was added to the graph, the approximate percentage to the nearest 10% of wireless only for children in that area will most likely be what? So now, first of all, I don't have to guess. This seems like an outlier. This data is away from all this other data. Got me?
Yes.
Okay. So let's read this paragraph. A survey in 6 locations asked people age 18 and older and children under the age of 18 whether they have wireless only or dual telephone usage. Wireless only customers have no landline telephone in the house. Dual use customers have both landline and wireless telephone. The graph shows the 6 locations and the percentages of wireless only and dual use households. So these are percentages. Okay, these are percentages. So let's look what these colors mean. Okay. If another small area was added, the approximate percentage of wireless only for children. So we look at purple. 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. You got one here that's like 50. You got one that's 50, but most of them are 40. So what do you expect children, while it's only for children, to be? 40. Easy problem. Easy problem. That's just looking at the trends that the
Why is
graph
it
is telling
40?
you.
Because there's more, the line
Because
is
because
more on
because
40.
because in Iowa it's 40, and Montana is 40, and South Dakota is 40, and
Okay.
Wisconsin, Milwaukee is 40, and Wyoming is 40. Now Texas and El Paso is about 55, but that's about out of the six possible locations, five of them are 40.
I understand.
So I'm gonna say, okay, well, that city is probably close to these that location is probably close to these. I'm gonna say 40 for that one too.
Yes.
Got me?
Yes.
Okay. Remember, what is a graph showing? Okay. Most graphs are trying to show you trends over time. You can see a behavior from the lines, whatever that line is doing, right? Um, you can get that behavior from looking at it, from visually. Remember, what is a graph or chart? It's a graphical representation of data. If this was numbers here, you're like, oh my goodness, what am I looking at? But a graph, visually, I can see it. Nice, bright colors, good colors. I can see what everything means. That's the purpose of graphs. Got me?
Yes.
Again, this is just wireless only uses for adults and children, each significantly higher in what small area than the other small areas, right? I don't even need to look at what's going on. Right away, significantly higher. I already know this is significantly higher here. This is significantly higher here. That's the only two that's significantly higher. I don't even know what they mean yet. But graphically, my eyes tell me that's the two areas that's significantly higher. So purple
Yeah.
means wireless only for children, and that blue is wireless only for adults. So what is that
Yeah.
city? Texas, El Paso.
Yes,
Bam.
yes.
Easy question. Remember, look at that chart. Look at them axes. Look at that legend to see what everything means, no color mean. Read the question. Then, if you have to go back into the paragraph, then you go back into the paragraph. But we didn't even need the paragraph. The legend told us everything we needed. What the problem is, what most people do is they go here, they read this whole paragraph first, then they go through this chart, then they look at this legend, then they read this question, then they come back and they forgot what they read here, so they got to read this again, then they go to the
Yeah.
chart, then they answer the question, and they just wasted 10 minutes.
That's what I do.
I already know, I'm telling you. Again, look at the chart. So so let's try to find one. Let's try another one. And I want you to tell me what you okay. So what is the title of this pie chart? What is the title of this pie chart?
The title is, okay, annual death attributed to cigarette smoking in the United States.
Okay. Now, the
Mama, I'm
problem,
coming, okay?
yes, so what's the matter? What you say?
Oh, sorry, it's my little one calling me.
Oh, you scared me.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you look at this title and then you look at that legend, you may go and say, what do all these words mean? Oh my God. Oh Lordy. I don't know what that second one is and that third one. I don't know what those mean. It doesn't matter. What you
So
know
they
is
only talking
each
about
one of these are
um
causes
yeah.
and reasons why people die from cigarette smoking. So That's what I need to know from that. Whatever the colors are right now, I can figure out
Yeah.
that later because I gotta figure out what I'm looking for first.
Okay.
I don't need to go through all of that. All I need to know is this chart is about annual deaths attributed to cigarette smoking in the United States. These are the several different causes and why. So now I'm gonna read my question. How does the percentage of lung cancer deaths compare to the percentage of deaths from other diseases? So what is the percentage of lung cancer deaths compared to the percentage of deaths from other diagnoses?
That's
So
29%.
lung cancer is 29%. And what's
Mm-hmm.
other diagnosis?
Well,
Yeah. I don't really like that question at all.
other diagnosed, which is 8%.
So,
Well, it should have been 28, but it says 8%.
so, so this is the problem though. Look what it says. It says other diagnosis, right? It don't say other cancers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't like that because um all these could be diagnoses, right? For the
Yeah.
reasons why. But what they meant is other cancers. Okay. So other cancers is 8%. How big, how much bigger is 29% than 8%? How many more times?
Oh, how many more times?
So how much bigger is 29% than 8%? Is it two times as big?
It's three times.
There you go. That's it. You done. You're not wasting all that time on these questions.
Oh God.
Got me?
Yes. Oh
Listen,
my God.
listen. It's important that you look at this question, and this is how you answer this question. So, say I'm taking the test. Okay, annual deaths attributed to cigarette smoking in the United States from 2000 to 2004. Okay, got all these different reasons. Okay, 440 people died of smoking related. Now look at this. If 443,000 people died of smoking related causes in 2004, about how many deaths were called attributed to strokes? So what they're telling you is how many. So they're telling you the total. So in order to find a part, I got to multiply the total by that percentage. I want to find what percentage from strokes. Well, strokes is like they dark
The
yellow.
stroke.
So
The
that's
stroke
about
is
4%.
4%. Yeah.
So I'm taking 443,000. And to me, what I would do a little different. I would say 10%, 1%. So 1% is like 4,430. That's 1%. Since I need 4%, I got to multiply this by 4. That's 16,000. 1,600, 120. So about 17,000, about 17,720, 18,000. Now that's me. I would do a mental math, but if you wasn't doing mental math, again, you would just use your calculator. Again, you percentages are very important. To find a part, you multiply the whole times the percentage. So all you're gonna do is take your calculator. Oh, I closed my calculator. And I'll multiply that 44,000, 443,000 times 0.04. Remember, 4%, I got to move the decimal two places. Now, now I did that in my head and got 17,720, but um, that answer is not there.
Yeah, but that's the closest. Yeah.
Now, another way you could have done it, right? Again, I like the common sense way, right? I know if I this is four, so I'm just going to round off. This is 440,000, right? I'm gonna change my color to blue. I know 10% is moving that decimal one place. You understand that?
Yes.
So I got one, two, three, so that's 44,000. That's That's 10%. 5%, half of that, about 22,000. So I know my number is slightly less than 22,000. Can't be 108,000, can't be 110,000, can't be 11,000. I'm done. Because to find 10% of any number is easy. You just move the decimal one place. To find 5% of any number is easy. I just take from the 10% number, divide that by 2. To find 1% of any numbers, move my decimal 2 places. So again, those are some of those mathematical tricks I talk about using that mental math where you can get the answer to this problem because 2 of the answers, 180,000 and 110,000, you know can't be right if it's only 4%, and I know 10% is 44,000. I already
Yeah.
know it's not B or D, and I know it can't be C. I'm done.
Yeah.
Got me?
Yes.
What time you take your exam tomorrow?
Um, 11 o'clock.
Okay, Eastern Standard Time, right? Yep. All right, so listen. You go on this test. Remember, just like the math exam, don't you get yourself too flustered. If you come across a problem that has a whole lot of reading, just flag it for review. I'm back to it. Do the ones, the mean, the median, the linear equations, the scientific notation. Do the ones that you know you can do from the math. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The tables, charts, and graphs. Okay, you're gonna have 2, 3, 4 questions sometimes on one question of one chart. You might have one. I mean, you might have 4 questions. So, you know what I mean? Then, if it is a long reading selection, make sure if you have any pictures, tables, charts, you look at all that important information, read the question, go look for the answer. Don't read the whole thing first. Read the question, go look for the answer. Once you find that answer, read the second question, go find the answer. Got me? Don't read the whole thing first.
Yeah.
Got me?
Yes.
Call me when you're done.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I feel better because I was so traumatized. I don't even know if I wanted to go in and take tomorrow or not.
No, no, no. Because if you don't take it, you still gotta wait. Wait. So you might as well
Mhm.
take it.
Yeah, it traumatized because I take these tests so many times. It traumatized me.
No, no, no. Don't even say that.